2026 is about to be one of the wildest years in Disney World history, and not just talking about new rides. We're talking closures, re-themes, construction, and some surprises Disney quietly dropped that most people missed. We've been tracking every single announcement, leak, and update so you don't have to. And today we're breaking down everything new, updated, and changed at Disney World in 2026. And stick around because one of these changes is only happening for a few months this summer, and if you miss it, you might have to wait years to experience it again. Up next. Welcome aboard, everyone. I'm Don from Eat Sleep Disney, where we help you stay one step ahead of everyone else in the parks. So let's kick things off with rides that have been closed for months and are finally coming back better than ever. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Magic Kingdom has been closed since January 2025, and it's coming back this spring. But here's the thing, this isn't just routine maintenance. Disney replaced the entire track and added something nobody expected. The Rainbow Caverns. After you leave the load station on that first lift hill, you're going to see hundreds of bats before the ride transitions into these stunning, colorful caverns. Then you'll hear a crack of thunder and lightning, and the entire scene transforms into this ominous red glow. And this is Disney bringing back the spirit of the original Disneyland attraction from the 1950s and 60s, the Rainbow Caverns Mine Train, and Nature's Wonderland, that Big Thunder eventually replaced. Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin is also coming back in spring 2026, and this one's a game changer. Disney is giving you handheld blasters. No more stationary guns mounted to the ride vehicle. You'll actually be able to pick up your blaster, aim wherever you want, and have full control. And all those old static targets, they're being replaced with interactive targets that respond when you hit them. Oh, and there's a brand new opening scene featuring a character called Buddy. He's this friendly support robot who's basically there for target practice to help you get your aim right before you take on Emperor Zurg. With so much changing in 2026 and more on the way, we don't want to overlook one addition from 2025 that has become a fan favorite already. Last year, Magic Kingdom brought back a nighttime parade, Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away, and it's stunning. You've got massive LED lit floats featuring characters from Peter Pan, Encanto, Frozen, Tangled, and more. The parade runs nightly, and plan to grab a spot on Main Street at least 30 minutes before showtime, but believe us, it's absolutely worth it. But those spring reopenings are just the warm-up. The biggest transformation Disney's ever attempted on a roller coaster is happening this summer. On March 2nd, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith closes forever. Your last day to ride with Steven Tyler screaming at you from the pre-show is March 1st. When it reopens this summer, Aerosmith is out and the Muppets are in. Now, Disney's already started this transformation. If you've been to Hollywood Studios recently, you've probably noticed the Aerosmith pre-show is completely walled off. Construction's already happening behind those walls. Then on March 2nd, the entire attraction shuts down for the full conversion. So here's what's changing. The ride is still going to take place at G-Force Records, but now it's been purchased by Scooter's uncle, J.P. Gross. Disney confirmed that Scooter and the Penguins will be brand new audio animatronic figures. The Electric Mayhem, Kermit, and Miss Piggy will be screen-based media, but the entire storyline is going to be pure Muppets chaos. Now here's what's not changing. The coaster itself, same track, same layout, same 0 to 60 mile per hour launch, same intensity. Disney just swapped out the band. And honestly, this is the perfect move. Muppets fans were heartbroken when Muppet Courtyard closed to make way for Monsters, Inc. Land. This keeps the Muppets in Hollywood Studios. With all the reopenings and closures plus construction, which we'll touch on later in this video, timing your 2026 trip is more important than ever. That's exactly why Heidi and I work with Mouse Fan Travel. They are the official travel partner of Eat Sleep Disney. Our personal advisor, Blair, helps us navigate all these changes, books everything at the best rates, and their services are completely free. They'll save you hours of research and potentially hundreds of dollars. So scan the QR code on screen or click the link down in the description to get your free no obligation quote and let Mouse Fan Travel help you plan your 2026 trip. While the Muppets are getting a roller coaster, another beloved group of characters is taking over an entire courtyard in Hollywood Studios. Now, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I am sad to see Star Wars Launch Bay go, but in its place, Disney's bringing back the magic of animation in a big way. This summer, Hollywood Studios is unveiling the magic of Disney animation, and it's taking over the entire animation courtyard area. The whole thing is inspired by that Emmy Award-winning short film Once Upon a Studio. Here's what you're getting. interactive animation elements throughout the building. The Animation Academy is coming back. So you'll actually get to sit down and learn how to draw your favorite Disney characters with a real Disney artist walking you through it step by step. And for the little ones, there's this indoor play area called Drawn to Wonderland. But the coolest part, off the page, this is a brand new meet and greet experience where you'll meet 6 different Disney characters, each one themed to a different department of the animation studio. Disney's already confirmed Rapunzel will be meeting in the background and layout department. Mulan will be in the story department. And there are 4 more characters they haven't announced yet. Now, outside the building, the animation courtyard itself is being reimagined into the Walt Disney Studios, inspired by the actual studio lot in California. More green space, more trees, more places to just hang out, and Disney says this is also going to be a spot where characters are just out roaming around greeting guests. And here's the nostalgia bomb nobody saw coming. The Sorcerer Hat is returning to Hollywood Studios. For those who don't know, the Sorcerer Hat was the icon of the park back in the MGM Studios days. It sat right in front of the Chinese Theater from 2001 until 2015 when Disney tore it down. Now it's coming back, but this time it's going to be above the entrance to the Magic of Disney animation building. Oh, and one more thing. Over in the soundstage, Disney Junior Play and Dance is being replaced by Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live, the same show that debuted at Disneyland earlier this year. The Magic of Disney animation opens summer 2026. The full animation courtyard transformation wraps up late summer 2026. But Hollywood Studios isn't the only park getting major updates. Over at EPCOT, 2 attractions are getting makeovers that are going to completely change the experience. EPCOT is making moves in 2026, and one of them is only happening for a limited time. But let's start with Frozen Ever After. On January 26, Frozen Ever After closes for refurbishment, and it reopens in February with a major upgrade. Disney's finally getting rid of those projected faces. When Frozen Ever After opened in 2016, the animatronics had these digitally projected faces. And let's be honest, they looked a little off. Well, Disney's replacing them with physical animatronic faces that match the technology they used at Hong Kong Disneyland's World of Frozen. Anna, Elsa, and Kristoff are all getting this true-to-film look that's way more realistic. And this is actually the first time Frozen Ever After has had a refurbishment longer than 4 days since it opened. So Disney's also doing a full general maintenance overhaul on the entire ride. Now here's the big one. On Memorial Day weekend, May 25th, 2026, Soarin Around the World becomes Soarin Across America. This is a limited time overlay celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States. It's part of the big Disney Celebrating America event happening across the parks. Instead of soaring over the Eiffel Tower and the Great Wall of China, we're going to soar over more than a dozen locations across America. Natural beauty, iconic cityscapes, coast to coast. And here's the catch. Disney hasn't said how long this is going to run. It could be a couple months, it could be a couple years. Nobody knows. What we do know that is if you visit this summer, there's a real chance you're going to experience something that millions of other Disney guests might never see. And while talking about EPCOT, there's one major reopening you need to know that happened in 2025. Test Track reopened in July of 2025, and this new Test Track 3.0 is basically a completely different ride. Disney got rid of the whole design your own car concept and brought back the spirit of the original World of Motion attraction that used to be in this building in the 80s and 90s. And honestly, I think it's a huge improvement. Now, while EPCOT gets those updates, there's one more ride getting a massive upgrade, and this one's in Galaxy's Edge. On May 22nd, 2026, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run gets its first major update since the ride opened. And Grogu is coming with you. Disney is completely replacing the current mission, the Coaxium Heist, with a brand new storyline featuring the Mandalorian and Grogu. Here's how it works. Hondo Ohnaka sends you on a mission to investigate a deal going down on Tatooine between ex-Imperial officers and a band of pirates. And with a big bounty on the line, you team up with Mando and Grogu to fly the Millennium Falcon and figure out what's happening. You start on Tatooine. Then, and this is really cool, your crew gets to choose your next destination. So there's actual replayability here. Every ride could be different depending on where your crew decides to go. And here's the best part, Disney reworked all the roles in the cockpit to make them more interactive. Pilots get expanded control over the ship. Gunners are going to see better responsiveness and upgraded visuals from the new rendering. But the engineers, the backseat role that nobody ever wanted, You now interact directly with Grogu. It's going to bring so much more excitement to that role. Now, speaking of enhancements to Hollywood studios, there were 2 brand new shows that were opened in 2025 that if you haven't seen yet, you have to add to your list. First up, The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, replaced The Voyage of the Little Mermaid in May of 2025. Disney updated the technology, added new puppets, brought in live performers, and include songs that weren't in the previous version. Behind Rock and Roller Coaster, Disney opened Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After, also in May of 2025. The audience helps decide which Disney villain has been treated most unfairly. You've got the Magic Mirror hosting, and villains like Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, and Maleficent all making their case. Just check the My Disney Experience app for showtimes and work these into your day. Okay, so we've covered the ride updates, but there's something else changing in 2026 that you'll actually see as soon as you walk into Magic Kingdom. And it's been 55 years in the making. Starting in early January, Disney is repainting Cinderella Castle, and it's going back to the way Walt originally envisioned it. But here's the good news. Disney is trying to minimize the impact on guests as much as possible. The cranes will only be up in the mornings. By noon, they'll be lowered and out of sight, so you can still get those picture-perfect castle photos during the day. It's going to take a while. Disney's aiming to have everything wrapped up by summer 2026. And when it's done, the castle is going back to its original 1971 color scheme. Beyond the rides, Disney quietly made some changes to resort guest benefits, and not all of them are good news. Let's start with the good news. Free water park admission is coming back for Disney Resort hotel guests in 2026. On your check-in day, you get free entry to either Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon. No advance booking required. Just show up with your Magic Band or room key and you're in. That's worth $74 per adult. But here's the catch. In 2025, this perk was available year-round. In 2026, it's only available during the summer, May 26th through September 8th. Now, the good news is that all the other major resort guest perks are still alive. Early theme park entry. Every Disney resort guest gets 30 minutes early access to any of the 4 theme parks every single day of the week. Extended evening theme park hours is also still available for deluxe resort guests and DVC Villa guests. That's 2 extra hours in select parks on select nights with way lower crowds. And if you're staying at one of Disney's value resorts, All-Star Movies, All-Star Music, All-Star Sports, Pop Century, or Art of Animation, there's a new luggage transfer service available, but only if you're flying into Orlando International Airport on Southwest Airlines. Your bags get delivered directly to your room. It's a little niche, but if it applies to you, it's a nice touch. Now let's talk about the Fuel Rod Max 10. Disney replaced the old cylinder fuel rods with this new upgraded model. It's got way better capacity, multiple charging ports, a battery life indicator, MagSafe compatibility, and an on-off button. But it costs $80 for the initial kit. That's double what the old fuel rods cost. The good news? It's still swappable at the kiosks throughout the parks. So once you buy one, you can trade it out for a fully charged one anytime you need it. Pro tip, buy it on Amazon before your trip. It's the same exact fuel rod that works at the Disney kiosks, but you'll save money buying it online. Animal Kingdom's seeing some big updates in 2026, but one happened at the end of 2025 that most people haven't experienced yet. Zootopia Better Together replaced It's Tough to Be a Bug in November of 2025. This is a 4D show and takes you into the world of Zootopia with Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde as your guides. Plus, right outside the theater, Disney added a new meet and greet with Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde at the Zootopia Day gathering spot on Discovery Island. Summer 2026 brings Bluey to Disney World for the first time. Starting in summer 2026, you'll be able to meet Bluey and Bingo at Conservation Station inside Rafiki's Planet Watch at Animal Kingdom. This replaces the animation experience that used to be there, but honestly, if you've got little kids, this is going to be a way bigger draw. Now we know this is a lot of information to take in, and you might be feeling a little overwhelmed. And that's why we're making a special offer just for you. We want to send you a free copy of our Ultimate Disney World Planning Guide, covering all of this and more, as everything we wish we knew before our first visit. Along with insider tips and hacks, it also comes with printable checklists and budget worksheets that'll keep you organized from booking to park entry. It's 50 plus pages of honest advice that can save you time and money. So scan the QR code on screen or check the link in the description and download your free copy right now. Now here's what you need to know about construction. 2026 is a construction-heavy year at Disney World. Dinosaur closes on February 2nd, 2026. So if you're visiting in 2026, that entire section of the park, Triceratops Spin, Chester and Hester's, Fossil Fun Games, all of it, will be closed and under construction. Disney's building Pueblo Esperanza, the new tropical America's Land, with an Indiana Jones attraction, an Encanto attraction, a carousel, and one of the largest quick service restaurants in all of Disney World. But that's not opening until 2027. So in 2026, you're just going to see walls. At all Hollywood Studios, the entire Muppets courtyard area is closed for the construction of Monstropolis, with the new Monsters Inc. land and Disney's first ever suspended roller coaster. You'll see construction walls as you're walking toward Galaxy's Edge. Over at Magic Kingdom, in 2025, we saw the closure of Tom Sawyer Island and the draining of the rivers of America. Disney's building Piston Peak, the new Cars land with 2 attractions. One's a thrill ride rally race through the mountains. The other's a family-friendly attraction for younger guests. And behind Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Disney Villains Land is under construction. You won't see as much of this one because it's tucked back there, but it's happening. Oh, and if you're staying near Wilderness Lodge or riding the monorail between the Contemporary and the Transportation and Ticket Center, you'll see construction on Lakeshore Lodge, a brand new hotel that's expected to open in 2027. Look, 2026 is going to feel like Disney is building the next decade all at once. Because they kind of are. There are going to be cranes, there are going to be walls, there are going to be detours, but the payoff is going to be incredible. We're talking Indiana Jones, Encanto, Monsters Inc., Cars, Disney Villains. All of these massive expansions are in the works right now. You just have to deal with a little construction chaos to get there. And of course, we wouldn't be talking about Disney World if we weren't talking about food. And Disney's restaurant scene is getting some additions, along with a number of new offerings that debuted last year that you may actually have a chance of getting reservations for in 2026. Over at Hollywood Studios, there's a brand new popcorn and snack stand that just opened in Toy Story Land. Now, this is way more exciting than it sounds. Of course, you got all the theme park classics like churros, popcorn, Mickey ice cream bars, plus adult beverages. But here's why everyone's excited. The Pizza Planet spring rolls are finally in Hollywood Studios. Up until now, the only place you get these famous pepperoni spring rolls was at the Spring Roll Wagon in Magic Kingdom's Adventureland. Well, now they're here in Hollywood Studios, and they're the perfect snack to grab while you're waiting in a 120-minute Slinky Dog Dash line. Reopening in 2026, the Garden View Lounge at Disney's Grand Floridian, which has been closed for 5 years, will have a completely refreshed Victorian design that matches the new Grand Floridian lobby. And Disney has confirmed that afternoon tea service is returning. It's perfect for a special occasion or just a real nice break from the parks. However, Disney hasn't released the full menu yet. Now, the other big opening is Level 99 at Disney Springs. This is opening sometime in 2026 in the old Disney Quest building on the west side. Level 99 is this interactive social gaming experience. Think escape rooms meets obstacle course meets arcade, all rolled into one massive 2-story venue. Plus a 2-story bar serving craft cocktails and local brews, and a chef-curated menu featuring their Detroit-style pizza. GO82 in EPCOT is an adults-only lounge that opened in June 2025, which is literally inside Spaceship Earth. It boasts an upscale, mid-century modern vibe with warm metallic tones inspired by Spaceship Earth's exterior panels. The menu is next level with a brown butter old-fashioned made with brown butter-infused bourbon, but reservations are required, and this is a 21-plus venue, and believe us, those reservations fill up fast. Over at the Magic Kingdom, the Beacon Barrel opened in August of 2025. This pirate-themed tavern in Adventureland is across from the Pirates of the Caribbean, but it is open to all families. This is the first true bar where you can grab a cocktail without sitting down for a full table service meal in Magic Kingdom. But it's way more than just a place to grab a drink. Reservations are required, but it's such a fun, immersive experience, they book up months in advance. If you're staying at the Polynesian, you might want to check out the Wailulu Bar and Grill in the new Island Tower. It's got incredible views of the Seven Seas Lagoon and South Pacific inspired dishes that are absolutely worth trying. And as of December 2025, you can make reservations for this venue on the My Disney Experience app. And believe us, it's worth trying, even if you're not staying at a Disney hotel. In fact, using free Disney transportation to dine at other hotels is one of the Disney World secrets most first-time guests don't know about. But it's not the only one. So click or tap on our Disney World loopholes video right here on YouTube. In that video, we break down the insider tips and tricks, save time, money, and ensure you stay one step ahead of everyone else in the parks.